challenge with every blow. We push our limits beyond the average. We're the kings of the mat, the gods of the fight. Professional wrestlers, all power ignites. Drawn from the shadows, thoughts closely losing it. Wind of rotunda, the ticking of set. Fireflies flicker, ominous light. Follow the buzzards into the night. Whispers of madness go through your head. The darkness consumes you, filling with dread. Wyndham's presence, a chilling embrace. Run from it.
And welcome to the Raw.
No, he still get his ass whooped. He just positively. I'm gonna do this. What's real life situation? Get your ass handed to you. And you just, I got to go now. Nah, fuck that. Get out of here.
It's another one of those that you're pretty sure is tucking something away by the end of the day. I mean, the woman, she makes Mark Henry look little.
Want good news, and if you want good reviews, you come here to It's All a Work. Yeah. Snap into a podcast.
Did you not see
Hello, and welcome to It Is All a Work. No one heard what Dress just said, I promise you that. However,
he said again.
I hope not. That's a lot.
However, we are here for the WWE Survivor Series War Games review. As you can see, we have kind of a new look. This is the test for the new look. The background may or may not change. Who cares? We're testing different things. Either way, right now, it's me, your boy, Big T616. We have Hangy Mangy down here below. You can see his Twitch, Hangy Mangy. Check him out. You have Dreshin right over here. It's my man's birthday. We drinking bourbon. He's a little tipsy. I don't even know what the hell that is. G drinking piss.
Don't worry about it. Yo, fix your mouth.
Is that apple
Fix your mouth
juice?
fix your mouth before you get slapped in it.
That's fair. That's fair. As always, you know me, Liquid Death. We are not sponsored by him, but we would like to be.
That shit's gonna try not to have cancer in it. You keep on.
You're probably right. Did you see
And
their?
we say we would like to be, but they essentially told us to go pack sand.
That is true. But have you seen their videos on their? I guess it's it's on their website where they have like a witch blessing all of their water.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so it's a whole thing where like they're playing into like Liquid Death. It sounds like an energy drink. It sounds like something bad for you, and it's just water, right? Like that's their whole bit. So
Right.
on their website, you can sell your soul to get into their club, or you can pay $250,000 to get into their club. Me coming from a religious background, I haven't sold my soul because I don't believe in it. But someone that we know, a friend of the channel, did, and you get access to some cool shit. So whatever, their soul isn't important.
Hold on, run that back. Run that back.
Yeah, it's a legitimate contract where you can sell your soul.
right, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. All right, we are here, and like I said, we are going to review WWE Survivor Series War Games. So we had, what was it, 5 matches altogether. We had the Women's War Games, then we had Shinsuke versus LA Knight. We had the Intercontinental Championship. We had the Raw World Championship, and then we had the Men's War Games, right?
Some shit like that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, so the Women's War Games is going to open up the match, or open up the show. The match itself, overall, I would give it okay at best. I have not play-by-play, but just some stuff that happened in the match, and then we can get into it. I mean, obviously, in these kinds of matches, it's hard to go through, so if there's something that happened, I'm calling stuff as the ladies came out, right? So if there's something that happened with one particular person that caught your eye and I don't mention it, or you want to comment on it, just interrupt me. Same goes for anybody watching. If I make a comment or I miss something and you want to say something, please speak up. We love it when people speak up. So
Io had the best spot all night. That's all I'm gonna say.
I will agree with you, actually, 100%. And go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I don't care if it was a replay of last year. Shit was still cool. I don't care. That's some hardcore ass shit. They need to give the women a hardcore belt.
That's exactly what I was going to say, though, is that Io did the same thing last year, but it was still dope. And it was so dope that they gave her a tailored trash can to help her get in the ring better.
Yep.
Shit is wild. That is so wild.
So, I mean, like, that spot is well-deserved, hard to pull off, and terrifying. Not everybody, as we'll talk about later on, not everybody left the cage unscathed that night. There's going to be at least one superstar that's going to be out for probably quite some time. My man Bronson Reed blew his ankles out. So, both of them. He blew both of them out.
Yo, when I saw his ankles go like this, I said, "Oh!"
I knew it was bad the second I saw it. I said, "Why the hell is he getting up there?"
That's a lot of man to be getting up there.
You know why he did it? Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu, he was in this year. He was like, "Yo, I me a good spot."
I guarantee
all the way
you.
to the top.
In the back, Jacob was like, "Dog, you got this. You got this, dog. Go ahead, man. Look, you see what I do all the time. You just gotta do it. You just gotta fly."
He him the fuck up.
Yo.
He just gotta fly.
Not everybody can hang with the bloodline. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my
That
god.
man hit the table and hit the mat. I could feel it here.
Yep. Yep.
Yo, no, honestly,
My apartment shook.
honestly, Jimmy scared me. Cause it's the way it like finished. Cause I was like, yo, he smacked the body hard as hell.
Yeah.
And just stood there, he was like this. I was like, yo, is he alright?
Bro.
No, he wasn't.
Nah, that was wild, because when Jimmy did it, man, we're not even on that match.
I know,
Hold on.
I know, it was crazy though.
I brought it up. I apologize. All right. Women's War Game match, right? First of all, speaking of earthquakes, we're starting off with Nia, and then Bailey comes down to the ring.
I cannot.
So, here's the thing. I think that it was really good strategy having Nia come out first in kayfabe and in real life. And here's why. Because her and Bailey are both veterans, right? They're both very tenured in what they do, and they know how to control and call everything play by play by play and keep it paced out right.
Except chair shots. I'm sorry. I saw the clip and then compared it to the Hulk Hogan shit. I was like, God.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Shit.
She said, boop.
Boop, boop.
She said, now fall on the ground like you're hurt.
Oh my god.
Don't make me explain myself. You hurt.
I'm sorry. Them shits was funny. It's like, yo, she swung for the head. She was like, I can't do that.
One of my favorite parts, and we're skipping around, and that's fine. One of my favorite parts was when Io grabbed a chair, and it wasn't her time to get involved yet, and so she grabs the chair, crawls under the bottom rope, gets ready to crawl under the bottom rope, and all of a sudden she just goes, ah. ow, and just falls on the ground, drops a chair. I'm like, what the what? What are you doing?
Yo, her leg gave out. That's what. That's all I'm gonna say. Her leg gave out.
It was so crazy that even Corey Graves was like, I think Io was gonna do something, and then maybe she's just faking it because she didn't want to fight everybody. I'm like, oh, so now you're saying Io's scared of people. That's cool. That's your defense. All right.
Motherfucker jumping off the top of the cage, but yo, she see your chair like ah.
That shit's crazy. But, so, trying to get back into the order. I mean, like I said, I know we hopped around. It ain't a big deal. But, you know, obviously in the beginning, Nia is just a freight train. So she's just going to kind of, I mean, Bayley gets her hits in there, but Nia ultimately is going to walk all over. They got to take the camera guy out of the ring.
Yeah. I tend to agree.
Like, not only...
But,
Jason,
yeah.
fuck you. I know we're jumping, but he literally looks at the camera. Move, cameraman.
Yeah.
I love you, Solo.
He did.
That shit, man. Yo, Jacob was on one. Anyway, we'll get to him. But so the thing with me is that Bayley runs into the camera person, Nia splashes, and then Bayley, Nia runs into Bayley, and then Bayley calls elbow, and you could hear her say elbow. So that was the point to where Nia was gonna kind of turn around and take the lead back right on the match. Mm-hmm. So that kind of, I mean, that it's not even a big deal. It really isn't any kind of big deal. But just to call it out because I heard it is why I'm calling it out. You very rarely ever hear the wrestlers call their spots, and the cameraman being in there is a liability to kayfabe, which isn't even really alive anymore anyway. But still, you don't want to pull the curtain back that much. I feel like.
Right.
As a matter of fact, because I briefly had seen it I briefly watched it last night, as you know, and as some of the fans know, like we were all working, but like I thought that there wasn't a camera guy in the last one. I thought Triple H called an audible, but there was a camera guy in there, like Dresh said.
Move, cameraman.
Move, camera guy. I love you, Solo.
I love you, Solo.
I move this cameraman for you, Solo. It's like, what the fuck? So anyway, Naomi's gonna come out.
That man.
Naomi's gonna end up coming out. She's coming out second. The face team had the advantage on this. She's gonna introduce a toilet seat and a Neo kendo stick.
So fucking wild. Fucking wild. Like, what the fuck? She pull a toilet out. She flushing people now?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I thought that Nia was gonna end up maintaining control despite the weapons coming in and despite the toilet seat coming in, because she put the toilet seat on Naomi's head. Bayley gets involved, and then Naomi gives Nia a stink face with the toilet seat on her head. Now, I got a question: is there a secondary story here of why Nia keeps taking stink faces from everyone in the female roster? That's got to be intentional at some point, right?
I mean, because she was the main one giving it out.
I mean, I guess that's true.
Yeah, she was the main one giving it out, so everybody giving it back to her. She just enjoys the other wrestlers, you know, giving it to her now. I'm just saying, because she had a smile on her face when Rhea did that shit.
So this is like what you're saying is this is like a it's like a stink face reach around almost.
Ugh, yeah. Why you had to say it like that? Nah, I'm disgusted.
I don't know. I'm disgusted at myself. But either way, Candice LeRae, it looks is going to be the next one to come out. It looked like at first it was going to be Tiffany, but then Candice LeRae is going to go ahead and run in front of Tiffany and kind of further that story of their like kind of hatred for each other. Eventually, that's going to implode. So Candice is going to introduce 3 chairs in the ring. The only thing from Candice's entry really that caught my eye was that they kept botching the table setup, the chair table. It kept falling off the damn set, like makeshift legs that they made. And eventually Candice was just like, I'm gonna hold it, and they put Bayley on it. Candice does the backflip onto her, and then we get Bianca to come out, right? I want to talk about Candice real quick. I want y'all's opinions on Candice, because Candice, it just feels like it feels like her partner left, and after Ivy Nile left, not Ivy Nile, sorry, what the
Indy
hell?
Hartwell.
Yeah,
Hartwell.
yeah, Indy Hartwell. After Indy Hartwell left, it just feels like she's been thrown into this thing trying to find a partner. I mean, and look, it's not throwing shade, it's just an actual observation. Do either one of y'all observe her being on her own as a singles talent? Can she do that? Does she have the juice? Does she have the juice for the U.S. Championship?
Not yet. Not in
I
my
don't
opinion.
think so.
I just feel like she needs a little bit more camera time, more matches to kind of get herself out there, because it just seems like she's playing a background character. Like, even in the match, you really don't notice her, and that's fucked up as it is. I really didn't notice her
Throughout
at
most
all.
of this match, she's there, but that's about it. Like, I can't go, yo, Candice LeRae had this.
Yeah.
Every other female in that match, I could go, yo, this woman did this.
They had
Every
a
other
spot.
single one, right?
Yeah, every single one had a spot.
Mhm.
She didn't.
Yep.
So that's why it's kind of like,
Well, and that's just it. Her spot was the backflip on the Bailey. But even that wasn't like enough to be like, yeah, Candice, like it wasn't enough.
Mhm.
So it's weird because Candice is actually, she's not as old as Natalia, but her and Natalia are actually almost the same age, if I'm not mistaken.
the Candice has been around for a long time.
If someone can fact check me on that real quick, Natalia and Candice's age, that'd be great, because I feel like because she has been. She did a lot of indie stuff, and then she was in NXT for a minute. Now she's on the main roster, and like I don't know. I feel like she could have something. I just don't know what's holding her back. I don't know what she's missing. But either way, Bianca's gonna,
Natalia's 3 years older.
yeah. So like she should have the amount of clout as Natalia, and the question is like why doesn't she? It's almost like, what was her name? Alicia Fox. Now Alicia Fox has more clout than Candice LeRae, but what was it with Alicia Fox? Because I even feel like Alicia Fox was like there, but wasn't all the way there. So like, what was it with her?
She was not there. Honestly, she just didn't have it. You know, it just wasn't there. Like, she had moments, but it wasn't like something that could be looked back on and be like, oh yeah, you remember this match with Alicia Fox? Has anybody ever said that?
No. I remember
Yeah,
her entrance because the tail thing. I thought the tail thing was really innovative that she did during her entrance. But like once she got in the ring, it just didn't I just didn't feel the connection.
She has had good matches. It's just, you know, I guess it just didn't click. At least for me, it just didn't click. Maybe for other people, but I don't know.
Yeah. And Dresh, I'm sorry. I know that I think Alicia Fox was before you started watching, like
It was,
a few
yeah.
years.
I'm not sure who that is. I'm letting y'all go through your thing because that one in. Yes, you're right. I'm like,
Yeah,
Yes.
fair enough. But no,
And also, before we move on, I will say Candice LeRae only signed with WWE like 6 years ago.
I mean that's fair.
So she's good on the indies and she had her face out there, but as far it's like with the Motor City Machine Guns and other wrestlers that come from indies, nobody really knows about them except people who are diehard wrestling fans.
Right.
WWE has multitude of fans too, where you have diehards, you have casuals, and then you have specifically only WWE. So it's really not gonna correlate.
Right. Of course. Which makes sense. But now we're gonna get Bianca coming out, or Belanca if you were Michael Cole announcing. Belanca, yo, I'll never forget. Bailey was like, "Belanca, it's Bianca, you idiot!" That was so good. It was the worst time for him to mess that shit up. That was so funny. But Bianca's gonna make her way out to the ring now. She's gonna introduce a trash can, a table, another chair, and a fire extinguisher into the ring.
She threw everything in the kitchen sink and that motherfucker.
She did not give any fucks. She just said, "This is what we doing."
Yeah,
So, when Bianca comes out is when what Dresh and I were talking about. I don't know if you went and rewatched the match, G, but, you know, this is where the dead air and the botches kind of start. Now, look, I have to say this because people end up getting mad at you for it when you call out botches and stuff. Things happen. It happens, and we're commenting on these things because they happen. All right, we're not trying to trash anybody. We don't trash anybody unless it's Sami Zayn or, you know.
Oh, we gotta stop. All right, we just gotta stop trashing.
Well, Sami Zayn blocked us, so I mean, we don't have to stop nothing.
Zayn, but Sami Uso is I.
Sammy,
No,
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah,
you can see the difference, all right? You know, between things happening, i.e., right there in the very beginning when Bailey and Nia are going at it, Bailey ends up on her ass, not where she's supposed to be, and she's scrambling to make sure she gets to her spot so Nia's not out of sequence. You see it. You can see it on her face. You can see it in her movements because they're not what they should be. That happens, but they recovered easily. You get into it later, you know, like he said, this is where it starts. I got you guys on the second screen. I apologize. You get into this part. I mean, you literally, after Nia wipes the floor with everybody, you got 3 women laying on the floor in the second match while Nia's playing with the first one. And I think it's Naomi grabs a chair and starts to go through the rope. And you literally see Io. Io? Is it Io? Whoever's laying on the mat next to her grabs her and goes, no, not yet. Like, you're out of sequence. That's where it gets to be problematic to me, you know? It's not a problem when you fell or you got hurt and, you know, now we're having to shift because you're not going to be able to do the shit we were supposed to do. It's, where are we in the match? And that's a lot of what I was starting to see.
Right. So, all right, I'm going to say what I'm going to say about Tiffany coming out to the ring, and y'all are going to give me a hard time about it. Tiffany comes out to the ring next, and the girl looks flawless. Her outfit was amazing. And when I thought this, because, okay, like, I want to be fair, because I know y'all are like, oh, you crush on Tiffany, whatever, I get it. She's an amazing wrestler, like, she seems like she's got a good personality, she's very attractive, I get it, but...
Oh, she got a personality, all right.
Jesus Christ.
But I hate Ludwig. And I looked at everybody else's outfits and I was like comparatively everyone except for Rhea, literally except for Rhea, everyone else that kind of dressed normally. It seemed like Tiffany kind of showed out with her outfit.
Showed her ass.
No, I mean yes, but no, it's not.
She showed her ass.
Wasn't she wearing the same outfit she wore at SmackDown? That I want to look like a fucking picnic blanket so Ludwig can sit on me type deal?
Jesus fucking
Christ. I mean...
No, that's the same thing. You're going to get canceled before we even get started.
But go ahead, T. Continue. I'm sorry.
No, that's good. Really all Tiffany does, I hate to say this, I just like, you know, did this whole like introduction. Really all that happens is she brings a trash can and a trash can with a trash can lid into the match.
Yeah, but it has some meaning behind it later on.
Of course, definitely. But like her entrance into the match was just kind of, it was just wrestling, and it was for the heels to take back the control. Like there were nothing crazy happened during her entrance, in my opinion. Just some good old wrestling happened. Now, Io Sky comes out.
Oh man,
here we fucking go. All right,
that's my baby mother right there. Future baby mother,
dude. Io's amazing. She comes down to the ring, looks around for her multicolored trash can, holds it up in the air triumphantly, like, "Hey, we going again. It's round 2." Purple and yellow trash can, hooks it around her body, climbs into the ring, sets it up. Now she is caught by Candice, and they botch this spot multiple times in the same spot. The biggest botch of the spot comes where Io goes to do a sunset flip powerbomb from the top of the cage. Hard spot. I'm not saying I can do it. I'm just saying it was messed up. It happens. But you know, it was funny because they recuperate, like Dresh says. It doesn't matter if you botch it, how fast can you recuperate. They bring it back, and Io, you can actually see Io laughing that she missed the spot. Like, she's climbing up in the cage, and she's just kind of cheesing because she's like, Jesus, fuck. So she left the trash can up there, which will come into play later, just like Tiffy's trash can. Now, her and Tiffany are going to have a little face-off that we can put in our back pocket for later, right? Mm-hmm. So basically, they get into like a back and forth, and Io does some flips first, and then Tiffany's gonna go ahead and do some flips, and literally just gets on the corner, and or not the corner, but the ropes, and she's like, I can do that too. Cool. And then Io's like, you bitch. And then and then the match continues. It's a little small spot to kind of just show that Io and Tiffany, that match might be pretty gold, but they're on separate brands right now. So that was something cool for me that I hope that's a match we do in the future.
Wait, isn't Tiffany on SmackDown?
Tiffany's on SmackDown, Io's on Raw.
Yeah.
With Damage Control.
I guess they did move to Raw. That's so fucking right. I lost track.
Well, you never know what's going to happen though, because if you watch the the after show, which I watched some of it, Io did say that she's considering going solo, like leaving Damage Control, and I'm sure that's going to be a story in Raw. Io was very out of place in that conference.
But Io had the best fucking spot in the conference of the night, where she just goes, "I am part of Damage Control."
I am Damage Control.
She made that motherfucker feel about this big.
I mean, but you notice that they just kind of pushed Damage Control to the background, so I guess she had to remind them. Because I mean, if you think about it, the past 2 or 3 weeks, you really don't see Io with Damage Control. You see Io.
No.
Yeah.
Which you have to understand, like, Io obviously is kind of sidestepping a little bit so Dakota can come in. And then when Asuka comes back, Dakota is probably going to take like a little bit of a sidestep, or Kairi Sane's going to take a little bit of a sidestep, so Asuka can do her thing. Assuming she comes back to Damage.
I haven't heard anything about Asuka in a while. I haven't heard anything about how she's doing.
Neither have I, but I'm sure she's recovering fine. I think she'll be back in time for the Rumble.
Yeah.
Well, Charlotte was supposed to be back like 4 months ago, and we still ain't seen her.
Well, to be fair, she came back for a very, very like small stint of time, and then she left again. So she was only around in 2024 for a very, very small stint of time. So, but either way, like Io being out there, her whole entire like 5 minutes or 5 minutes ish that she got, she made the most of it. I thought that she had the best 5-minute entrant of the night, in my opinion, with everything she did. During this, they only focused on one ring because the other girls had to rest. In my opinion, obviously that no one said that, but it was really only 3, maybe 4 wrestlers who did something. Yeah, it was Nia, Io, Candice, and Tiffany that did something. Everybody else was kind of taking a little break. Yep. So Raquel Rodriguez is going to come out next. She teases the table entrance, which I think was lost in translation, because what she did was she brought out the table, acted like she was going to put it in, and then said no, and then she looked for whatever weapon she was supposed to have, and she couldn't find the weapon that she was supposed to have.
Yeah.
She even looked at the ring hand and was like, "Where is it?" And then just decided to get in the ring and start fighting. So her table tease was kind of lost because of that, but that's fine. So Nia and Raquel, yeah, at this point they basically start running roughshod on everybody. The big spot here before Rhea comes out is that they do a super collider, the AOP super collider. But they use the cage as a springboard, and then they slam the backs together of Io and who was the other? Io and Bailey, and they use Naomi and Bianca as crash pads for the two, and that was a cool spot. I mean, to be honest, because it's a very innovative way to take out 4 people. So I like that. That was good. But business is about to pick up because Rhea Bloody Ripley, is going to head down to the ring. She's going to introduce the table. When Raquel tries to stop her from introducing the table, she smacks Raquel in the damn face. What I thought, at least for the... Like, I've seen that twice now, and I just feel like that was a shoot hit on accident. I feel like she slammed Raquel in the face with that damn table. Because even Nia, like, checked on her.
You think it was an accident?
Bro, even Nia was like, yo, bitch, you alright? Because damn. So... I don't know, but Tiffany. So this is the spot that we were talking about when Tiffany, Nia, and Raquel are beating down Rhea. That's when Io's going to grab that chair and then realize that it's not her time for the spot, and then she just collapses in between both rings.
My body shut down.
my whole body done. So after that happens, it makes it look double worse because then Naomi botches the double springboard stunner. Like, literally, she doesn't even have them. Everybody just kind of goes through the motions and falls. The good thing is that the crowd doesn't see that. And the only reason we saw that was because of the cameraman in the fucking ring. Get the cameraman out of the ring. But again, you know, throughout this match, you're seeing the ladies just laying there. And it's not that they're laying there feigning injury. They're laying there and they're laying there and looking for their next spot. That's the thing that's bad. Like, they're like...
Somebody trying to go, all right, what do I do next?
Right. Then that's the problem. They should have been feigning injury or doing something. And again, when I thought about it, it's not on them. It's also on the camera guy. The camera guy's angles. Look, there's about 15 cameras around the damn ring. We need better angles to not show this, because obviously this kind of stuff is going to happen when you have this many people in the ring. So there's just multiple things, and far be it from me to tell WWE how to do a damn camera production. But I'm just saying, like, these are things that I can see as a fan, so why not mention them? Triple H, if you're watching, fix it. Or I'm sending G after you.
Just clip it and wait. Hold on, don't send me.
Hey,
don't send me.
You can take them.
Yeah, now I can. The motherfucker was like 2 seconds away from a heart attack.
That's right.
That's facts.
That's right. You just gotta feed him like a bowl of salt. Motherfucker done.
Time up, be like, yo, stick your tongue out. Remember how you used to spit it out? Spit the soda.
hit him with a EVP. Knock out that pacemaker.
Oh my god. God damn.
Either way. We're going to, let's see, go to talking about botches. I'm botching where I'm at. Yeah, oh yeah, so it's going to end up turning into a beatdown fest. All the ladies are basically going to end up using weapons on each other, right? And they end up focusing on Nia and Raquel. And here's the one thing I want to focus on with this is that Bianca was using her hair to whip Raquel and Naomi. And Bayley didn't pick up a weapon. Instead, she picked up Bianca's other piece of hair and started dragging Bianca by her head, trying to whip these other girls. And I'm like, yo, Bianca's literally like this, trying to whip, because Bayley's like, like it's like they're fucking pinatas. Like, what's going on, Bayley? Yo, you supposed to be a role model and shit.
The spot was funny.
like literally the embodiment of I'm gonna take this from this person and beat you with it.
Like, give me your head.
Just out of this world, hilarious. Like, loved it.
Man, that's gonna be a fight next week.
So the craziest thing.
I'll be like, yo, get your own weave.
The craziest thing, and what I can't believe that you didn't call out, G, because you're always quick to call this out, is Bianca takes the hardest boot of doom to the forehead that I've ever seen.
Man.
Bianca just held that chair up and pretended it was God and prayed to it for a second. Like that, like that shit. Like that shit was wild. That was crazy. Like literally, I saw it last night, and then I saw it when I was rewatching the show today, and I was like, I don't see how that wasn't the end of her for the match. Like her forehead got the boot in the chair, got it all. That was not kayfabe. That was not a work.
That was a shoot. That was a shoot boot. No, I went back. The only reason I didn't call out is because I had to go back and watch. I missed most of that first go around.
Oh, fair
But
enough.
yeah, she took that damn boot from that. That was you know how JBL has the clothesline? That was the boot from hell for real.
Like that shit was crazy. Now, either way,
God.
Liv. It's time for Liv. Business is really about to pick up. Rhea ends up clearing everybody, knocking everybody down, and then we've got Rhea just staring at Liv. She said, it's time. It's time. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Liv gets out, looks terrified, and Liv is going to go to the back. Looks like she's leaving, but instead she comes out with the bat.
I thought she was gone. I wouldn't even been mad. I was like, I thought she was out.
I was confused.
I was like, yo, did she for real dip?
Yo, I mean, Rhea knows how to accessorize, and that demon face mask, like hard face mask, that shit was crazy. Like, I'd be afraid to. I'm a grown ass man, and if Rhea came up to me in that mask, I'd be like, bitch, that's cool. I'm out. I'm not going anywhere near you. So, yeah.
I'm gonna try to hit. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, you wild. Y'all both wild. I don't know. All I'm saying is it looks like she's leaving, but she's gonna come back with a bat, right? And it's the bat that presumably knocked out the orbital bone, fractured the orbital bone of Rhea. Now Liv's gonna enter the ring, and the official War Games match will start. So the bell rings. They say this is War Games. War Games match has begun. Boom. Rhea and Liv are gonna have a stare off. Rhea, before they start fighting, she takes the mask off. And they're going to start to fight. But Team Liv is going to mobilize, attack her. They're going to hold her down. And Liv is just going to beat the shit out of her for a solid 10-15 seconds with the bat before the other team gets in to save her. Now, the reason they got in to save her is because Liv was trying to handcuff her to the damn ring. Liv was like, "We taking you out immediately. I ain't dealing with this. I ain't dealing with you. You gonna be on the ropes." So Io's the one that makes that save. The team is gonna, at this point, both teams are gonna start trading off not finishers, but like semi-finisher moves, right? Like different slams, stuff of that nature. What this is eventually gonna be building to was Tiffany climbing up one side of the cage, Io climbing up the other side of the cage. We have 4 women in one ring, 4 women in the other ring. Tiffany, who should have done a backflip, but she decided to do a front flip. She does a swanton onto her crew, and Io says, "Fuck this," puts on the round suit of armor, does a backflip into her people, Io Sky.
Trust, because fuck that. I'm not doing. Covered up in the trash can and just praying to God it goes right. Nah.
I mean, just imagine for a second.
Man.
Just imagine that they fucked that up and Io just hits the mat.
She would have been dead.
She's done.
She's
She is cooked.
Yeah.
It's
fuck. That is trust. That is trust. Holy shit, that was trust.
That's what I'm saying.
Best move of the night. Just goddamn. Fucking what?
Yep. I 100% agree. That backflip was fire. And so from here, we're gonna start doing our ending sequence, right? Everyone's out. Tiffany's gonna do the fake cash in. She pulls her money in the bank out. Liv and Nia are lying next to each other, just sprawled, slam the hell out. Raquel is actually the one who says, "What the hell are you doing? This is you're in a cage with us. Like, what do you? What's the goal here?" And Tiffany's like, "Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna do anything." And Io's crazy ass not only grabs a fire extinguisher and sprays Tiffany and Raquel, but she starts laughing and just doing a spin. She said, "I'm on candy cane this shit. Let's go." Just takes out everybody.
Yo, I think at some point during the match, Io was like, "Shit's been going wrong all night. I'm just not about to give a fuck what I'm about to do. We just about to roll with it."
Man, I'm
Io
telling
is the
you.
epitome of girls just gonna have fun.
Yeah, for real.
It's true. I mean, yeah. And the cool thing about this is the cool spot about this, the thing that I loved, is that during this commotion, Rhea is just like chilling. Raquel goes to the back, and Rhea said, "Gotcha, bitch!" Boom, puts her in the damn handcuffs, and now Raquel is stuck to one of the ring posts for the rest of the match.
Fucking crazy.
So that was pretty dope. So tables are gonna end up getting set up in both rings. Bianca's gonna get mounted on one by Nia. Nia's gonna go for the Annihilator, but instead Naomi and Bianca are gonna team powerbomb her through that table. This takes her out of the equation. And then what ends up happening is, well, I want to stop. So Liv gets the bat and starts taking people out, right? Bianca. She goes to hit Bianca with the bat. She catches the bat. She says, "Nah, we don't play that here." She says, my ribs are steel. That didn't hurt." So Liv drops the bat. Bianca grabs a chair. Follows Liv into the other ring. Bam! Buddha Doom by Raquel Rodriguez. Twice. In the same exact style. She got 2 boots of doom. Dead. She died. She's gone. I don't even remember her getting up after the match. She did. But like, god dang, man.
Get up to after the match, for real.
It's wild. Just
dude.
wild to take 2 boots of dooms like that. I know she had a headache after that match.
This shit like, bitch, it hurt.
That girl took so much damn Advil. Anyway, Rhea and Liv now are gonna be the ones that end everything out. Raquel tries to help her girl Liv, but it just doesn't. It ends up not working. Rhea gets pissed, dispatches of Raquel. They're going to work their way up the corner. Liv is going to try to hit the Oblivion from the top rope into the table. Rhea blocks it, hits the Riptide, takes her out. 1, 2, 3. Team Rhea is going to win this. I know that was about a 30-minute recap. It was a long match. We won't do the other matches as long except for the men's. However, what did you guys think about this match? Hell, we haven't done this in a while. Give it a rating. Give it a rating out of 5.
Out of 5, it was a 3. It wasn't an amazing match by any means. There was no, oh shit, other than,
The obvious.
Yeah, it wasn't, there wasn't a huge amount of hype, even when they won it, All right, cool, you won. Yay.
Yep.
I'd give it a 5. I'd give it a 5, a solid 5. Like,
Out of 5?
No. Oh, was it out of 5?
He said out of 5.
Out of 10. Oh, 3 out of 5 then. Sorry.
G over here like, why Nate dogging him?
Oh, god damn, a 3? A 3 out of 10, damn, Nate. Like, I know it was Botch City, but fuck, man, they had some spots to make up for it. I mean, but that's legit. It was legit, like, Botch City, and then just spots to make up for it. I do want to address something, because I see people talking about it. The whole, Rhea took several bat shots. I said B-A-T, bat shots.
I know.
From Liv. And she got up, and the fucking WWE Universe was complaining about that. Because they're like, oh, Rhea and Bianca, they're just burying the other team. All right, we got to stop using the term burying. We have to stop. Because it's just becoming a thing where it's like, oh well, they didn't finish the movie he got up from, but that's burying. It's not burying it. It's literally not burying it. All right, just fucking stop. She got up. She ribbed, hulked up, whatever. Cool. That's not gonna ruin Naya's career. It's not gonna ruin Liv's career. It's not gonna ruin Raquel's career. She might do that on her own. But I just do y'all agree with me? Do you think they got buried?
No, not once did
Really
I ever
don't.
think that.
All right, cool. Burying is John Cena versus the Nexus. That
I mean,
nigga legit buried them. That
In
nigga
all
legit
honesty, the
buried
match
them.
looked like it was going the other way until Nia got her ass put through the floor.
Right.
Once
and
they got Nia out of it, then it was a match. But until then, it very much seemed like you had Godzilla standing in one corner and Don Quixote standing in the other. You know?
Don Quixote. Jesus.
I mean, I do agree. I do agree that a lot of wrestling fans don't understand the terms. Like, there's
Yeah.
no sell, there's burying. Burying is Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston. That's
He
burying.
has never recovered.
No
Kofi,
sell is Jacob Fatu. Just period.
yeah. But that's the thing. Like, Kofi's whole entire run meant nothing. It meant nothing
Yep.
because Brock beat him in less than a minute.
Yep.
Yeah. Can't
So-
wait for Monday when Xavier brings that shit back up again.
So, and yes, no selling is what Jacob Fatu does, but no selling is like Jacob Fatu's no selling is a part of his character. So
Yeah,
like
like
it's
you
not
said,
him
he
burying
doesn't do
anybody.
it on every single move.
Right.
Just
When it's necessary.
sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think wrestling fans get confused. Also wrestling fans just like to complain. I'm one of them. You know, I feel like part of my job here is to be extremely critical of certain things, and even Dresh has called me out on times where I've said one thing and then the thing happened and then I was mad about it, and he was like, "You literally just said you wanted this to happen. You said it the last podcast," and I'm like, "Oh yeah." So like sometimes we like to complain and be critical because we just get too into our thoughts. It's just what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. We need to stop it. Definitely. But all right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to what I think was the best underdog surprise of the night. Shinsuke Nakamura versus L.A. Knight. Yeah! So,
You thought it was an underdog? You thought
Shinsuke was definitely an underdog.
in it?
he's lost every match of 2024. Of course he was an underdog. like,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
in most of his 2023 matches, like he took the whippings to get this opportunity, and it paid off, and I'm really happy it paid off.
Basically, he was Apollo Crews until he wasn't.
Yeah, how come Apollo never had? Well, I guess Apollo was the IC champ at one point. I guess that's what they always tell us.
He's never recovered since.
But either way, Shinsuke in this match, he was noticeably more intense. The way he was doing uppercuts and different kind of Shoto maneuvers and elbows and knees and kicks, everything was more intense. Nothing about him seemed goofy. He had a new look. He had a new entrance. He had new music. I loved everything about it.
I agree.
Yeah.
The match itself, the finish, was the Scorpion Death Drop on the metal barrier between the two rings, right? And this came after he raked the eyes of LA when LA was going for a suplex, right? And then he hit the Kinshasa, got the pin, got the win. I'm happy with him winning this way because he was using what was available to him. It wasn't outright cheating, it was dirty. It wasn't cheating.
Yep.
And I say it wasn't cheating because the ref saw it happen, but that was part of the ring. It was dirty,
Yep.
not cheating. Raking the eyes, dirty, not cheating. Play dirty, don't cheat. That's fine, in my opinion. For him, that's a strong win.
Yeah. Solid win. Clear cut. Clear cut. I liked it.
So, and something else I wanted to talk about that I don't think people want to talk about because of how much they like him, and I like him too, But LA Knight's run was already starting to get stale.
Yep.
Like, everyone wanted him to win a title. He won the title, and then it was stale. He's another one of the champions that are like, cool, I'm going to chase this, and now that I have it, wait, what do I do?
I think that's WWE's main problem. Once they give somebody exciting a title, they don't know what to do with them after that.
Yep.
Legitimately, it's facts. Liv, Cody, Rhea, Io, LA Knight, who else? All went stale. Bailey's little run, stale. Nothing happened. Who else? Becky's run, stale. Nothing really happened.
Yep.
Like, that's their only issue. They don't know what to do with their champs.
Well, and that's the thing. Well, because what they focus on, perfect example, you mentioned Cody. Cody's story was bigger than the win.
Mm-hmm.
The win was cool, but the story, everything he had to go through to get to it, and now the problem is that there's not a story on the other side. It goes story, win, 2-week payoff, and then there's no story. Yeah. Now there's...
Honestly...
Go ahead.
I was saying, honestly, the shit that he's in right now with KO is probably his best segment since winning the title.
Yep, and we're putting it on Saturday.
Yep.
Put it on Saturday Night Main Event.
The WWE Universal Champion's best story is going on a half-ass... I can't even call it a PLE. It's just a half-ass, show?
It's like a show. Yeah.
Yeah.
A show.
Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ.
So, yeah, his run was getting stale. And it's better to create these miniature stories, have the payoff, and I'm even fine if they run it back with LA Knight. If they do a run back match, that's fine. But the thing is the bigger story here is that Shinsuke lost from like mid 2023 all the way until November 2024, where he came back, and in a 3-week time span, he built a story, created fear, beat the champ, and now for the next in my opinion, for the next 4 to 6 months, he needs to go on a tear and just take out Carmelo Hayes, take out whoever, Andrade, take out, or not Andrade, but who's the other dude? The leader of Legado del Fantasma.
Oh, Escobar.
Escobar. He needs to take out Escobar. He needs to take out all of these different people.
So what I would like to see with Shinsuke, and there's a difference between what I want to see in a fighting champion. I want to see him go after certain people. You know how people with the belt, they don't really chase after because they already got the title.
Yeah.
I want to see him go after certain people. It's like just randomly. Like, you know what? I'm going to attack you just because I want to.
That would be
I'm going to fuck with you just because I want to. Like, he has nothing. He has everything to lose, but he's going after people. That's what I want to see.
That would be a cool thing. And I like the story that they're saying where he was like, his story was, I kept losing and I went to go meditate and I found a new person. Like, that's a cool story, and they can continue that. Like, this was just his first real match back. His first real match. Obviously, he had the match on SmackDown. But this was his first real match back. And he completely killed it. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Now, the sad thing I have to that, the flip side, I guess, is unless WWE went in and turned Crown Sound off, that arena was bored as fuck. Like, there was no hype during that match. There was damn near silence in that building during most of it.
Well, I mean, fuck, for most of the matches, it was kind of like that, except really the last one. The last one was the hypest match. Like, it was just... Like, the crowd just wasn't into any of it.
Like, don't get me twisted. I loved this match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was one of my favorite matches of the night. I was looking forward to it. Like we talked about beforehand. I wanted to see what Shinsuke could pull out, what Shinsuke could do. And he didn't disappoint, but the crowd just didn't really seem to give a fuck.
So, to Dresch's point, the crowd was noticeably more silent for this. 100%. But I just think that I boil it down to that they do not know what to expect from Shinsuke, and I think that most of the crowd thought what we even at a point thought was that, oh, Shinsuke's just coming in to lose. It's another person. And I think that I almost felt like a gasp in the crowd when Shinsuke actually won. Like people were legitimately surprised.
They were shocked, yeah. It was like he hit the Kinshasa. He was like, LA Knight's gonna kick out of that. You see most people looking at their phones and shit, and the next thing you know, they hit 3. They're like, what? What the fuck?
But I think G's right. I think the way that we generate buzz and more crowd pops is for Shinsuke to just say, you don't get to choose me. I'm choosing you. Like, that's the way to do it. That's the way. I 100% wholeheartedly agree with that. So we are going to move on now to the Intercontinental Championship. So that's Braun Breaker versus Ludwig Kaiser versus Sheamus. What'd you say, G?
No, I said I called it.
Oh yeah, you did. I said we all had a different thought of who was going to win, and you did call Breaker.
And you know the only reason I called that? Because the way he ran into the table, I was like, they're not taking the belt off him after that. he earned that. He earned to keep that belt.
He went to the back and Triple H said, you know what?
The announcers referenced it.
That's true.
They're like, I hope they bolted the table down tonight.
Yep. Which they didn't, because Breaker moved the table.
Yep.
Again. So, but yeah, man, Breaker is he's something else, man. He's absolutely
Can
insane.
we talk about the springboard shit he did, where it looked like he jumped off or something, but he
I mentioned it in the chat once again. I'm like, where the fuck did he come from?
I don't want to say out of nowhere, but legitimately, like he
Like
flew.
the man was 3 foot in the fucking air from laying on the ground. Like what? Wait, what?
Yeah, like
That shit was disgusting.
Yep, and that was one of the things that I kind of put down as his highlights of the match, right? So like he did the springboard to hit a clothesline on Ludwig, and his feet were damn near at Ludwig's head.
Yeah, like he Superman dived at that motherfucker.
and then he watched himself do it on the Titantron and smiled at it because he was like, God damn. He said, I did that. So right. So
It's crazy.
Another thing that he did, what we were talking about him moving the table, he jumped from the apron to double clothesline Ludwig and Sheamus, to which Corey Graves correctly responded, holy shit. Like even Graves was like, wait, nah.
What? That ain't supposed to happen. Nobody should be able to do that. What the fuck?
He did some push-ups to pay homage to his uncle Big Papa Pump. Obviously barked like his dad, Rick Steiner. Alright, look. When he military pressed Ludwig before Sheamus got involved and got Ludwig off of him, when he military pressed Ludwig, he lifted him up like he was paper. He lifted him up like I was doing this. He just... I was like that's explosiveness. Like he has explosiveness in his muscles. It's not just strength.
Yeah.
When he so first of all, he obviously weight trains, but when he weight trains, you can tell his cling and like push or whatever. I don't know what they call it. When you cling and then you push up, like you can tell. Was it jerkin press or cling and press? Clean, whatever.
He said jerk and press.
I don't know. But either way,
G's stuff confused with actual weightlifting.
Oh my fucking god.
that was good. But either way, you can tell that he trains in explosiveness. He trains in quickness, which is just crazy. He put his balls in Sheamus's face. Did the Frankensteiner. Didn't get as close as he did to Ludwig, but
Sheamus beat a headbutt of his shit.
I think with Ludwig made him feel a kind of way. That's why he got so close to Ludwig or something. And then obviously he hit that insane spear on Ludwig when it was looking like. That's when I sent that text in our group chat where I was like, "Man, it's gonna be a surprise spear, and then Braun's gonna pick up the victory." Because I could see Braun in the corner just chilling, and I was like, "He's waiting, like he's waiting." And so when Ludwig hit his move, and he jumped and speared, and the way they say is very true. He moves like a torpedo. It's crazy. And then obviously he hits the spear on Sheamus for the win. Ludwig. So Sheamus and Ludwig got some licks in. I mean, nothing as crazy as Braun Breaker, but
Braun and Bronson.
it's funny. I saw that shit. It's so funny. But Ludwig hit his drop kick to the stairs on Sheamus. After he took out Braun Breaker's like around the ring spear, right? He was gonna hit the spear on Sheamus. Sheamus hit the 10 beats of the Bower on both opponents. Ludwig beat the hell out of Sheamus with the shillelagh. When there were marks all over Sheamus's back.
Let's say he beat the hell out of Sheamus.
He beat the shit out of him.
He was bleeding. Dude was bleeding when he got back in the ring.
They got real beef or something.
Sheamus hit his bro kick on Breaker. He hit the kneecapper on Ludwig, and he hit the Celtic cross on Breaker. I mean, all around this match was fantastic. Like, literally amazing. It's like everything I wanted this match to be.
It was an extremely entertaining match. Like, there are matches I'll put it on the tablet and sit back here and play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
This is one that you go, nope, I had to focus in on this one. This one drew me into it. I loved this match.
So what are we doing with Braun Breaker after this?
Carmelo Hayes.
Nah, man, he's in Raw. That's the thing.
That's right. Fuck. Right, damn.
I mean, are we doing one of the Brauns again? Are we doing Bronson Reed again? Are we doing Braun Strowman?
Bronson broke his ankles.
Huh?
Bronson broke
Oh,
his
that's right.
ankles.
Yeah, I say we can't. Yeah.
After that fucking tsunami yesterday, Bronson Reed is dead.
I mean,
He's out for at least 12 months.
Are we bringing back Ela? Ela's been out. How much longer is he going to be out?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Could bring him back.
So I mean, my big question is how do we have such a deep talent pool and we can't bring anybody to mind? I mean, are we gonna do Andrade? Actually, it wouldn't even be Andrade. Andrade's on SmackDown.
I could see them going, stick him at Braun and him having a legitimate chance. Like, this isn't a situation where you look at it and go, oh, that's Eddie Guerrero versus, the Big Show. This is Braun is scary.
Yeah. I'd like to see him go against Rey.
Rey Mysterio?
Yeah. There's no reason for them to go against each other. I'm just saying I think it'd be a good match.
So you want to see Rey retire? That's what it is. Okay.
No, Rey takes one of those spears. He's done.
Braun's gonna hit him with that fucking spear, and Rey's just gonna be broken in half. Yeah.
Like, you want to talk about burying? Dominic is legit burying his papa. Like, there's no way.
Jeez.
He gonna spear the boots and the mask off of Rey. They're just gonna be in the middle of the ring.
Well,
there's no way.
Either way, we will see obviously Braun retain the title, and that is going to bring us to our. Well, hold on. We didn't give ratings in the last two matches. What we all rate Shinsuke and LA Knight? Because I'm going to give that a solid 4.5.
I give it a 4. At the very least, a 4. I think it was a good match. Despite the crowd really not being in it, I think it was deserving of a lot. It was I think it was a very good match.
4, yeah.
Not just from a match standpoint, but from a psychological standpoint. Because like they said during the match, LA was shook from the moment he hit the fucking ring. He could not get in a rhythm the whole night. You know,
Yep.
Shinsuke completely pulled him out of his cocky ass headspace, and it fucked him.
Yeah, that miss fucked him up. That miss legit fucked him up. LA Knight didn't see that shit coming. He was like, my future, my belt, my belt, no. Like, yo, Shinsuke got his ass.
So
But
G,
no,
what did we get from you? What rating did we get from you?
Solid 4.3. 4.3.
4.3. All right. So what do we got for the IC championship?
4.5. That's the only reason. Cause Braun Breaker was Braun breaking.
Yeah, I will go with a 4.5 on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
It may not have been as impactful story-wise and impactful, you know, psychological-wise, but it was just a good damn match. Very physical, very, you know,
Very physical.
everybody was there to beat the ever-loving piss out of each other, and there's nothing I like more than a good old slobber knocker, so...
Well, I will give it a 4.5 as well. I truly do believe that it was that damn good. But we're going to go ahead and move on from the IC belt to the World Championship match. Gunther versus Damian Priest. Let's talk about it. I have notes on it, but I want to hear what you boys have to say.
So, right out the gate, Damian did not do the right voodoo before this match, because Damian had a hoodoo spirit or a fucking cloud over his head or something from the get. I mean, he was just, from that very first fuck up. I don't know if it was fuck up or a misstep or whatever that messed his shoulder up. It was game over. Like, it just got worse. Every time he turned around, it got worse and worse. And he fought. The man fought. But, I mean, when he finally tried to hit the South of Heaven, South of Heaven off the top rope, and he fell and dislocated the other shoulder
That was
before he
game
got
over.
stomped on. You're done.
That was game over right there. Yeah, you can kind of tell from that.
He almost, I honestly think he might have supposed to have won that match, but after you dislocate both shoulders, there is no way for Gunther to come around and go, okay, yeah, you're still winning this, because now you're just flailing your arms at me, you know?
Yeah.
I loved the match. It was a good match. Even if Gunther won't come back and say it, Damian showed hellish heart. Like, he put everything he can. I think at this point we're going to see the I Hate the Bloodline I Hate the Judgment Day come back out, and Finn Balor's going to find the big-ass boot of doom from bisexual Undertaker through his fucking chest. But, yeah, it was an amazing match. It really was.
Yeah, it was a good match. If we're gonna prolong the story with him in the Judgment Day, I just don't know why. But
I kind of thought we were through it, to be honest with you, up until that.
but Finn mentioned it on Raw, and I probably should have had an inkling that something else was gonna happen, because he said, "Well, Dominic didn't get the job done by stopping Priest from getting this World Championship fight." So
Yeah.
should have saw something coming. Goddamn, I was over it, but now Priest has to cost the Tweedledee and Tweedle bobblehead the fucking belts. He has to cost them the belts at some point in time, whenever they put him up again. There's no way they continue this run.
And at this point, Damian's going to have to back. I mean, he's hurt, so yeah, but he's got to back away from trying to take that title. There's no way Gunther's going to give him another shot after that, just from Gunther's character. Gunther's not going to go, damn, boy, that was a good fight. Let's do it again. Without the interruption. No, he's not going to do that. He's going to go, ha ha, I beat you because I'm more technical. Ha.
Also more Russian.
And just like I pointed out in the chat, when the fuck did the my lights are out rule change?
Oh,
When did that change from the oh, he looks like he's out. Hold on, let me pick up that arm. It dropped. Let me pick it up again. It dropped. And then the third time, it drops. Okay, you're out.
Yeah, they changed that. They changed that a few years ago.
Yeah, I mean, now it's, oh, Damien's eyes are closed. He's out. Motherfucker, I closed my eyes to breathe for a half second. You know?
Yeah, so I think they changed that to just add a level of realism to it because, like, in any fight anywhere, like, I think everybody just became wise to, like, okay, the whole 3 thing, we know you're going to stop on 3. Like, they tried to change it a little bit, where, like, the arm would go up on 2 instead of, like, or the arm would be held up on 2, but I feel like the fans, the general reaction from the fans was that they didn't like it anymore, so they just went to the 1.
I mean, but Damien, I don't think he was even fully out. I think he was going out. Don't get that twisted. Yeah. He was going, but I honestly think he had, he closed his eyes for a half second to go, fuck. And they're just like, oh, no, you're out, done. Whoop.
Right.
I think it was, I don't know. From what that match had been up to that point, I think it was a bullshit in. Like, Damien deserved a pin. For everything he went through on that, he deserved a pin to at least lose by a fucking pin. Not a sleeper hold.
That's fair, but also, I mean, that's Gunther's thing. He uses submissions, and losing to a submission is more insulting.
Yep.
It's more humiliating in the wrestling world.
I choked you out. You went to sleep. Night, motherfucker.
Right. But yeah, I mean, the match itself, like y'all were talking about, he hurt his shoulder at one point. Gunther took advantage of that. He ends up hurting his other shoulder when he falls to the floor. After he fights Gunther off, then you have Finn coming out hitting the coup de grace. I mean, it was over before it started, just like Dresh was kind of saying, man. He just kept running into bad luck the entire night, and he fought. It's like Dresh said, he fought with everything he had. He just couldn't get the job done. This was not the night. This was not the night for it.
Well, Finn didn't help, so bitch ass.
But by the time Finn came out, the writing was on the fucking wall. I mean, like, he was not winning that.
That's fair, but
Finn was just the icing on the goddamn cake, the insult.
Yeah, but now they're continuing the story of Gunther not being 100% sure of himself because Finn came out and did the coup de grace. So there's going to be some doubt in Gunther's mind because he had help.
Well,
he didn't ask for it. He had help.
Well, I know. He put a big-ass boot in Finn's face.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say is that we always ask what's next. Well, what's next for Gunther is Finn.
Oh, fuck no.
It's going to be a throwaway. They need a throwaway for December. That's going to be the throwaway.
He needs to lose the tag belts before he goes into the heavyweight championship.
Finn's going to get his shot, and then Damien's going to screw Finn over, and then we'll do Damien and Finn again. Damien and Finn again. We're far from over with this rivalry.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But either way, after I'm giving this match a 3 because I wasn't super impressed with it. It was just a championship match, nothing that blew me away.
I'd say a 3 as well. I mean, like I said, Damien fought his ass off, but that fight really, from the start, you knew it was going to happen as soon as that first injury came in. There was no coming back. So, I think it was... I think you had the 3, and I think Gunther did well to, if you watch the match, go back through and watch it, he did well to make it look to the crowd like he was trying to hurt Damien, but every single one of those moves, if you look, he's cradling that arm before he does it so he doesn't injure it further. So, good on Gunther for not actually trying to hurt the man. But damn.
Should have played on it. Should have played on it and twisted the shit a little bit. Would have made me feel better. I'd been like, oh, he's a true villain out here.
G, what are you gonna rate it at?
3. I would say a 2.5, but I respect both of those wrestlers more than that, so
It's fair.
it's fine.
All right, so before the men's war game match, we get a preview of the women's U.S. Championship tournament, and I just want to say again, I'm going to continuously say it. It is going to be Bailey versus Michin versus Chelsea Green. Naomi is going to win on Friday, and then Stratton is going to cash in, and she will be the first U.S. champ.
So she's gonna make it a 5-way.
No,
Is what you're saying?
no. She's gonna. When the match is almost completely done, she's going to insert her. Well, yes, she'll make it a 5-way, but that's when everybody's like destroyed and knocked out. She's gonna make it a 5-way tornado match or whatever.
They'll say they beat her ass before she cashes it.
Nah, she's definitely gonna win it. That is my opinion, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, and now the moment that everyone has been waiting for. We are going to get to the men's War Games match. Now, I got a good amount of notes for this. However, we spent 40 minutes on the first War Games match. I do not want to spend 40 minutes on this one. So we. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of flash through a lot of this stuff. So Tama Tonga and Jey Uso are gonna be the ones to start it, followed by Bronson Reed, followed by Jimmy Uso, followed by Jacob Fatu, who is ordered to go out instead of Tonga Loa. Solo stops Tonga Loa and makes Jacob Fatu go. Then CM Punk was going to go, but he is blocked by Roman Reigns, who sends Sammy instead, which results in a very harsh stare from Punk to Reigns. Next out is Tonga Loa. Next out looks like it's going to be Roman Reigns, but then CM Punk walks in front of Reigns and takes it himself, storms to the ring, gets a toolbox, beats people down with the toolbox. Solo enters, then Roman enters. Alright, and then we actually get to the War Games match. Now, a couple things happened in between. Nothing crazy. The craziest thing was the no-sell from CM Punk to Jacob Fatu when he bulldogged him on top the toolbox, and he was just like, nah, I'm good.
He said,
Why was he moving like the boogeyman throughout the match, though? Did y'all see that?
Yeah, he was like,
Let's say every time something would happen, he'd go, ugh. I'm like, yo, what? I know.
2 or 3 seconds later, it was "I love you so low."
Every
fucking-
5 minutes, I love you so low.
so low.
I'm telling you,
I love you so low.
I'm telling
That
you, man.
turn's gonna
I
be
made the
crazy.
jingle. I made that jingle to Solo's song, and I'm telling you, Jacob Fatu sings it every time.
Jesus Christ, no.
I might
man.
show that jingle sometime later, but it's not appropriate.
No. Let's start before anybody enters the non-scripted version of CM Punk walking up to the Bloodlines cage and just pushing Bronson Reed in the face. He mushed his fucking face in. He legit walked up to it and was like, "Bah!" I was like, I feel like that was real. That might be a problem later.
You know, I like to think that there are people who don't want to work with Punk, and that like Punk tries to piss him off. And in WWE, there's a lot more control, so like Punk can't just get into a fight. And I like to think that Bronson Reed is one of those guys that might not like Punk like for a shoot, and Punk just likes to try to piss him off because Bronson Reed can't do anything crazy in front of the cameras. So like,
Yo, he looked angry. I said, "Oh, I noticed they didn't really interact much during that match. Like,
They might not like
I'm
each
just
other,
saying.
man. You have to look under the behind the curtain for that kind of shit. You gotta look under the surface there.
We saw behind the curtain. That motherfucker mushed his face. No. And then Jimmy wasn't helping. He like, yeah. Jimmy the hype man.
But so Roman's gonna come out. Solo locks the cage about 20 seconds before Roman comes out.
So what was his grand scheme with that, other than, okay, now I can beat the piss out of everybody without the match being able to start?
Pretty much the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, because I couldn't figure out why he was doing it, because everybody was just standing there looking at Roman going, ha ha, ha ha, instead of beating people to death.
Well, the crazy thing about that is that everyone looked shocked when he started to climb the cage. That's why I was like,
What?
okay. All right.
Like,
It's like all of a sudden, oh shit, there's no lid.
like this it felt a little racist. I'm like, oh, this nigga can climb. Holy shit! Wait a minute. Hey, get him! Tonga Loa, Tonga.
Well, and that's the thing. Everyone tries to stop him once he reaches the top. Tama, Tonga, Bronson, Jacob, and Solo in order. All unsuccessful. He does a splash on all 5 members, takes him out. Roman clears, Roman goes and he clears everybody and then helps everybody up. Except for Punk, who gets up, gets in his face. Paul comes out, gives him a pep talk, says, yo, you guys make each other better. You know, you're the best in the world. You're the tribal chief, best in the world. You guys can make each other better, whatever. This is War Games. And at this point, the War Games match officially starts. And I just want to say that was annoying, because the second that Roman gets in the ring is when War Games is supposed to start. It just, obviously wrestling is scripted. I get it. I understand it. But here's the thing. The thing about it is that you're pulling the curtain back too much and you're showing obvious scriptedness. It's like, all right, we're going to wait until we get to an actual obvious point after Paul Heyman has said everything he's needed to say, whatever. It's like, come on, man. Like, y'all, like, just ring the bell as soon as he gets in the ring. That's all you have to do. You could have done the same thing, made the same announcement, had Paul come out and do the same exact pep talk without doing that. And again, these are just little things that bug me that probably don't bug another soul. But I was just like, for like TV's sake, like, just do it in a more sensible way. I don't know.
So I know for a fact during this bout that this tonight was another one of those, like, I think the last time we saw this many injuries in one night was WrestleMania. But I know for a fact Jimmy hurt himself. I think Jimmy broke his toe, they said, during the interviews. It looked like it was worse than that. Didn't mention it, but if you watch about 3/4 of the way through, Fatu ends up on the ground from a hit. I don't remember what the hit was, but he himself rolls all the way up against the cage and like back into the corner, so he is completely out of the way. And you see Bronson Reed go over and check on him. You even see Jay, during one of his gets tossed in the corner moments, stick his head down and go, "Bro, you good?" And
Apparently
he limped his way across, because you could see him, his leg wasn't very sure. He limped all the way over to the door where the outside ref was and collapsed again so that he could talk to the outside ref for a second. So I'm pretty sure he legitimately hurt himself as well.
Yeah, so he hurt himself when he did that whisper in the wind off the top rope. He started favoring his leg after that.
But apparently he was just selling it. Those are the reports now. He was just selling it.
Because he looked, I mean, his movements really looked legitimately hurt. If that was a sell, he did a really good job on it.
Well,
we'll see Friday.
Remember when he potentially broke his ankle, and then a week or 2 weeks later he was fine again.
Oh yeah, because he was in the cast. Yeah.
So I mean, he is an exceptional seller. So I mean, it could have just been that, but who knows?
Motherfucker, he just re-breaks the leg in place. He's like, it's fine. Just get the foot going.
So I know right there in the final sequence, Roman goes low on him, and everybody's like, "Oh, you can't do that to him. You can't go low like." Motherfucker, Jacob Fatu is like a kid and a half away from being able to have the entire NFL be Fatus. You can go low on him. He needs to be neutered. Goddamn.
That's funny.
He's got an NBA team.
At some
he
point
got
in
the
the
whole
match, there is
NFL.
going to be some miscommunication with Reigns and Punk, and Reigns gives Punk a spear. There really wasn't anything that happened after that regarding the spear. It's just something that had happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
Reed is going, like, almost, not immediately, but a little bit after that, Reed is going to set up Roman on a table. This is where
Now, on that
Reed is
spear-
going to break his ankles.
On that spear, I love that fucking Punk had the exact same face as The Rock did when The Rock took the spear. That
Yeah.
Yo. No, CM Punk sold it. Rock oversold that shit. That motherfucker said, ah!
Yeah, the Rock fucking
Yeah.
made Roman look like a god right there.
He said, yo, I'm split. Help me.
But Punk is the one that pulls Reigns off the table.
Thought that was
And
just barely too, because like
man.
Roman
man.
came off that table a third of a second before
Yeah.
Bronson went through it.
His hand, Roman's hand would have been smashed. Like,
but Roman actually is going to extend his hand and pick Punk up, showing a little bit of trust there, so that's good, at least temporary trust. We're going to end up getting a few Samoan Spike fake finishes. Jimmy's going to basically do a top of the cage Uso splash. He'll nail it. This is where he broke his toe, I'm guessing.
yeah.
Um,
That was treacherous. Fuck me.
So that splash is what's going to take out Jacob Fatu. Takes him out of the match. Everyone else has been taken out. Sammy is going to get everyone picked up and basically says, let's finish this. They all stand off with Solo Sikoa, who's the only one left. And Roman Reigns gives him one last chance. He actually even opens his arms up as if to say, I'll embrace you and I'll forgive you. You just have to apologize and acknowledge me. And basically Solo's like, screw that, I am still the tribal chief. And he receives a super kick from Jay, a super kick from Jimmy, a double super kick. Then he's going to receive the haluva kick. Then he receives the GTS. And then he receives the spear from Roman Reigns. And we will get the 1, 2, 3. Roman and the OG bloodline will take this victory. After the match, everyone's embracing except for Roman, who comes face to face with Punk and they shake hands. Michael Cole said some real dumb shit after the match. He said, yeah, they won, but Solo still has the Ula Afala and Solo is still the tribal chief. And I'm like, bitch, what kind of ignorant shit? Solo just got his ass completely beat. Completely. All the way around. All his ass was beat. You see any of his ass? Nah, because it got beat the hell off. He ain't got no ass. So, like...
He ain't got no ass, but he still has the Ulafala.
No, my...
Got the Ulafala, yeah.
my-
Still got the Ulafala.
I even mentioned it in the chat. I was like, all right, he won the battle, but he didn't get the Ulafala back.
Yeah. Yeah, he's...
So
that's facts.
the war isn't done because he ain't got his Ulafala.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. CM Punk's going to get out of the cage, and he's going to hug Paul, and he says, next time I need a favor, I'm calling you. And he says, I owe you a favor. And then CM Punk says, we owe each other. I don't know what all that's about. I mean, I don't know when this favor is going to happen.
Sucking dick.
Oh, Jesus. But I'll tell you what I want to happen. What I want to happen is that Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, The Big
Oh,
Show,
God.
and Ryback all return to form the Heyman crew, the Heyman's guy, Paul, the Dangerous Alliance, whatever you want to call it. And I want
All demon.
and I want them to end everyone in the WWE. I want them to retire a bunch of people.
What kind of group is that? Like, nobody would do anything. What could they do? The only other wrestling that would be going on is women's wrestling. That's it. Nothing else would happen to men's.
That's fair. They would hold all the titles. I know that's a fact.
Yeah. Like, this fucking CM Punk guy, Intercontinental in the United States. Brock Lesnar has WWE. Roman Reigns has Universal. Ryback has the 24/7 championship. Like, yo, they got it all.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, that was Survivor Series, guys. It took us almost a little over an hour and a half to review that one.
Wait. Rate the match.
Oh yeah. We will rate the match. I will rate the men's War Games a 4.7, not a 5, because I'm slowly getting tired of the Bloodline thing. I'll be honest. I'm slowly getting tired of the Bloodline thing.
Boo! You're a hater. You're fickle. You're fickle.
But they continuously put on good matches. So I will give them that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it a 4 or 5. It was a good match. Across the board, it was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I'm taking off on it because of people being careless enough, not paying attention enough, and coming out of it with multiple injuries from the same match. I know this type of match has the capacity for it. I get it. But you got to get your spots right. I mean, you guys are actors, as it were. Hit your fucking spots.
True.
That's right.
Very true.
I'm giving it a 4.8. Just a tiny sliver over. You know, it wasn't the greatest match I've ever seen, but it was still a good overall match. Like Dress said, injuries, stuff like that. But I honestly just like the characteristic clashes of it. You know, you got the CM Punk who's just like, I'm just here just to do whatever, and you know, we're gonna win this thing, but whatever. It's not really a big deal. I'm just helping out Paul. And then you got, you know, Roman who's like, I need people to acknowledge me, even though he hasn't been acknowledged in months. And then you got everybody else in the bloodline who's just, yeah, we here for OTC, you know. But I give it a little point over just because CM Punk is wild and he's an idiot, and I love that.
True.
Towards the end, like at the end where you see the bloodline standing together. He slides in front of Roman Reigns and goes like this. I was like, nigga, you can't let him have one. He's like, nah, it's mine.
So something really interesting that I did not know.
Okay.
Do you know Sammy has been in 3 consecutive War Games matches, and that he's won?
Yeah, he's won all 3 of them.
All 3 of them.
I actually did know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty crazy.
He was in the first one with the Bloodline, the second one against the Bloodline, and now this one where he's fighting the Bloodline again, but the new Bloodline.
Don't say he's fighting the Bloodline as the Bloodline inside the Bloodline.
That motherfucker he's more Bloodline than any Bloodline member in there.
just so y'all know, Jay Uso also has that honor. Jay also has done a 3-peat.
Well, shit, yeah, because again, with the Bloodline fighting against the Bloodline, with the Bloodline fighting against the new Bloodline. I see what T means. That's a little repetitive.
I mean, look, it's the greatest. It's the greatest story that's been told in wrestling history. 100% that's true. That cannot be denied. But damn, it's gone on a long ass time. It's gone it's been going on for 5 years almost.
Something like that, yeah. Legit. No, it's only been going for 3. Because they started in 2021.
No, Roman held the title for 4 years.
Yeah, he held the title, but the bloodline wasn't together until fuck.
But that
They didn't
story,
really-
that story has been going on for that long. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I can't give the full bloodline story until 2021. That's 3 years. Like, yeah, Roman held the title, but he was building. I guess he was the. He came back as, you know, he didn't even come back as tribal chief. He was a level above, you know, God level. He wasn't even
God
tribal
mode.
chief then. So yeah, God mode. So I can't say that was a bloodline story. He didn't get the bloodline story until he got his cousins involved. That's when it started.
Until he
to come,
switched to the head of the table thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
when the
that
bloodline
shit.
actually started, was head of the table.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, either way, that has been, my friends. That has been War Games WWE Survivor Series 2024. So, does anybody have anything else? Anything they would like to mention?
No, I'm clean on this one. It was a good War Games. I
Yeah.
was impressed with it.
Very
It was
good.
not a waste of our time.
Well, my friends, you know what time it is. If you want good reviews and you want good previews and if you want good news sprinkled in and out of the podcast, you're going to come here to It's All a Work. Yeah. Snap into a podcast.
Yo, what was he doing with his hands before that?
I don't even know.
Oh,
Whatever. Thanks for watching, y'all.